Not until these closing years of the 20th century have we been able to incarnate fully and completely, aligning our spiritual bodies with the physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies of not just one woman or one man here or there, but with many, at times even whole communities. As the new information society bubbles over into global spiritual awakening, we come to join with our human egos on a scale unprecedented throughout all of history. People turn once again to the Great Spirit, who is the source of all information. Rapidly in some, gradually in others, our egos discover their appropriate roles in the communication of this new awareness. And there is naturally distortion at first, but in the explosion of consciousness it is soon purified. Our spirits incarnate in ever-growing numbers. Distortion diminishes, truth spreads, and how beautiful it is. Like crocuses announcing the coming of spring, channeling proliferates for a season. Then, just as crocuses give way to daffodils, channeling in season gives way to a deeper and fuller communion. The spirits of God secure the cooperation of the egos with whom they commune on earth. Slowly and steadily, they proceed through the process of bonding with their egos, no longer just speaking to them, messengers from the stars, but flowering into perfect union, waking up within them as the beings they themselves are. And on it goes. Daffodils follow crocuses. Dandelions follow daffodils. Dogwood, apple, pear, plum, all blossom. Oak shakes her gentle flowers, and summer comes to the world at last, watching all teachings fall and pass behind her, as the flowers and the early blossoms of spring give way to the unabashed sensuality of midsummer, luxuriant, rich, magnificent. There is a gratitude for these teachings that help to turn human hearts from violence during the darkened times, but one does not eat out of a garden that grew in centuries past. Moment by moment, the great white roots of peace birth the same truths, fresh, new again, like this summer's vegetables, like this season's fruits, to be enjoyed, appreciated, and shared when ripe, to be cared for, that they might continue to blossom and flower. Like the Anwi, like the people true to reality, like the bird tribes whose seeds have laid dormant in human hearts for thousands of patient circlings of this earth around her star. Next chapter, the great day of purification. Listen, O humans of this present world. Listen as the sparrow listens for her lover's call on the breeze. We are speaking to you in your dreams, in snatches of song heard in passing, from the mouths of children, from these pages. But more than this, we are speaking to you from the center of your innermost being. Hear us and remember yourselves. We return to human consciousness, bringing a time of new creation, and the information required for humans to understand the changing conditions of the age. We are here to merge, to blend with your human ego, to help your race become the central guidance system of a vast new being. We are here to help the Great Spirit incarnate in the people of the four races. We have come to initiate the most joyous age this earth has ever known, a 1,000-year period of earth healing and renewed harmony that will see the four-legged flourish, the two-legged awaken, the rivers run pure, and humankind in conscious exchange with the stars. And after this millennium has in turning past you, a new being of translucent biology will depart for the vast, uncharted ocean of the Milky Way, to give the freedom of the Thunderbird's flight as a gift to every star and every world, in a multiplication of love affairs that will go on until the end of time. You and your race will seed the galaxies, with intelligence, biological life. The potential of this universe is limitless. Her revelations of potential are infinite beyond number. But there are no Star Wars or advanced and fearsome civilizations beyond your own, because if civilizations are fearsome, they do not advance beyond your own. They become extinct, to rise up in the soils of another world, a little wiser, until they learn. Our task today is to help you remove the blinders that historically have distorted your perception. Realize that what you feel in your heart determines what you see. Perception rides upon the expressions of the heart, like a canoe rides upon the waters. When your heart expresses fear in any of its turbulent forms, your understanding becomes jumbled, confused. You perceive through the waves of illusion. But when you love, you understand, for then you share the vision, the very perception of God. Return, like the salmon, to the place of your origin. Birth your moments only in love. You can root your life in fear and know the predictability of granite, the strength of marble, and what security there is in limestone's patient changing. Or you can root your life in love and join us in helping to ease the human world through the awesome changes of these times. The great day of purification has begun, a short but essential cycle of division that will gather those who promote fear and violence and separate them from this season of the world as chaff is separated from wheat at thrashing. During these next 2.5 decades, humankind will experience this separation, a transformation in human consciousness more fundamental than the development of language, more significant than the shift to agriculture, more meaningful than any historical revolution. A new era is dawning. As the sun rises, the shadows become sharper and more clearly defined. As the energies of love grow stronger, the shadows of fear become more visible than before. To some it may even appear that they have grown in number and in strength, but this is not so. What was hidden has simply become revealed, that it might be healed and brought to peace. Action born from fear is becoming less effective with each passing day. Institutions, traditions, and societies forged in fear have already begun to falter. Change is occurring everywhere, for as the planetary awakening proceeds, the consciousness that determines the quality and nature of life is itself changing. Amidst all these changes, more and more people are turning to God for guidance and direction. They are coming to dwell in the place of their own inner spirits, and to recognize their spirits as expressions of God. That is where God asks to be trusted, in the human heart. That is where the awakening takes place. The Creator asks not to be worshipped in an external image, but to be acknowledged in each human being. You are all God beings in potential, with no reason not to become God beings in reality. Trust yourself. Trust your natural response to each new situation. The action arising from within your heart is not going to be destructive. It is going to suggest the most creative path to walk in answer to your situation and your world. When you trust yourself, you are trusting in the wisdom that designed you. This is how you trust in God. It is not an abstract thing. Trust in God is trusting in the God who lives within you, trusting in your spirit's ability to respond to each situation beautifully, impeccably, individually, creatively.